Hi, you guys. Right here, I'm going to start with this grapevine that I had gotten from Amazon to make your own little wreath with. It's in my Amazon store if you guys want to check it out. But I'm just going to start unraveling. You get 3 pieces like this size. But then after I open it up, I'm going to start wrapping it on itself, in itself. Somehow, I'm just going to wrap it around. You know what I mean? Anyway. And this probably isn't necessary here. Sorry, you guys, my mouth is dry. But I am going to tie it with some jute because normally that stuff just sticks together and everything else, you know. Okay, and then I'm going to take these pics I got from the Amazon haul, you guys. I'm going to tell you guys about that here in a second. But I'm just going to spread them, you know, throughout the thing. I never heard of it, and May told me that if you go to, like, the search bar in Amazon and type in Amazon haul, all this different stuff comes up. And that's Heather from Walmart. Almost everything came from Walmart. It was like 98 cents for each piece here. And the next bit I'm doing is going to be Heather also. And I did that, and when it opened up, it was like looking at Temu, but purple. You know what I mean? And they had a good bit of cheap stuff on there. They have a under $5 section. I never heard of it. Some of y'all probably have. Probably most of y'all have. I like living I don't know, in a cave somewhere. I don't know anything. But that's eucalyptus, and that's from Walmart also. And I used one pick of each of these, except the next one. The next one's eucalyptus also, a different one. And I used 2 of those. But last year, they had more on them than they do this year. But anyway, okay, so, yeah, see? Anyway, y'all need to go check it out. And I need to see if I can find those berries, if it works the same way as regular Amazon, I'll put them in my thing. Anyway, I got that eucalyptus, which some people call it silver dollar, but from Dollar Tree 2 years ago, and I just pulled the, heads off of that, off the pick, and stuck them in there. And then, I'm going to take some of those little bittersweet and put them in there. And then I got these sunflower picks from Walmart also for the same price, like 98 cents. And I'm going to take 3 of them and put them in there. And isn't that pretty? And that was so fast and so easy, y'all. I love that. That's going to be pretty for fall, hanging right there on my hall tree. I know, right? I wanted to show y'all. I have my little sewing box sitting there. I know, right? I know. Anyway. Well, I'll be done with it here in a minute, maybe. Or maybe not. Well, let's wrap this up, Kathyjodiys. Let's get on with the video. Anyway, okay. Right here, I'd started to do something else, and I'd put, it doesn't matter. Find the center of one of those lowered bamboo cutting boards from the Dollar Tree. And then I got that octagon from Miss May from Craft Away with May. She sent that to me a couple years ago. And I'm just going to take and lay my cutting board on there, get that center as possible, and drill just right directly through it like the other one. Then I'm going to take a smaller cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do the same thing. Drill a hole right down directly through it. I know, right? And then, okay, I'm going to take a chopstick, and I don't know how to use chopsticks. I don't know why I was trying to explain it to you like that, like I couldn't talk to you. But anyway, and I'm going to take the large, and then the octagon, and then the small. And I'm going to take wood glue and glue them together and start stacking them, just like you see here. It's going to be the small one, the octagon, and then the large one. I know, right? Is that an octagon or a hexagon? How many? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a hexagon. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. Anyway, and you see what I did there? Yeah, it spins. But I'm just going to take my knife here and cut it off. And try to clean it up the best I can. And then sand it down really well to make sure I get it flat at. And we're not going to glue this at all. Otherwise, it will not spin. And I'm going to take another small bamboo cutting board from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to sand it. And I sand down the center of that board there, too. You'll get better contact that way. It's got tongue oil on it. And it just, nothing wants to stick to it. But I'm going to take wood glue and do that. And then I'm going to take another small bamboo cutting board from Dollar Tree. And these jars, you guys, I got a box of 16. Is that right? Yeah, but one of them was broken from the bin store for $4. I know, right? And I was asked a while back to make a the spice rack, but I didn't have like little jars to do it with, you know. So I got them and I was like, okay, let's do this. Remember that tone low? Anyway, I'm gonna take my square. No, it's let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, he don't sound quite like that. I kind of sound like what's his name from Adam Sandler? Let's do it. Or no, you can do it. Just ignore me. I'm rambling. Anyway, those square dowel rods, and I'm gonna put one on each corner. But I change this later, and y'all will see. And I'll show you and explain it to you. But I put some weight on those two while they're drying. And so I could go ahead and cut two for the other side. And then I decide I'm going to take those dowel rods and put them all the way around the bottom and stuff of my little spice rack here. But those dowel rods are in my Amazon store also, you guys. A while back, I don't know what they are now. But when I ordered them, I ended up getting 200 of them for... oh, shoot, something crazy, like $8.99. No joke. I'm like, dude. And I've given them away till now. I need to buy me some more, but that's okay. Don't anybody buy them for me. I got plenty. Trust me. Oh, I love you guys. Oh, yeah, I got a couple gifts I got to show. I still haven't done that. Miss Luann has sent me tons of stuff, and I want to show you all what she got me. You guys, that would be just a week-long video itself, but I am going to show you some things that I have, like, but what a blessing. She's such a blessing. She's so sweet. I just love you guys. You guys are so good to me. And I'm just rambling and talking again. And not telling you what I'm doing. But I probably already told you what I'm doing. Y'all see what I'm doing, right? Anyway, because I wanted to mention, for any of y'all don't know, when you take your miter shears and you know how you cut it and it will come out sideways or crooked or at a slant or something, you're like, dude, what is wrong with these things? Well, my husband told me if I take and line up my cut, it takes a second longer, but I'd rather have it straight. Put a clamp on the other side and cut it, it'll come out straight, and it does every time, because it's pulling up that one side when you clamp down, and it's making it cut at an angle there. And I'm like, well, aren't you so smart? Anyway, but, yeah, so that's what I do. And there it is. And then, did I show me gluing that one on? I have no idea, but I glued it on with wood glue. I don't think I did. Probably lost footage, you guys. And then I'm going to show you cleaning up the mess for 5 days. Oh, no, I really am. Okay, and I'm going to take 16 millimeter and 12 millimeter. 12 is the small one. And 16, obviously, is the bigger one. You guys, my mouth is so dry. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to put the 12 on the outside of the around, and the 16 in the middle. See, it's in the middle right here on the side. And then I'll put one in the middle in the front. See where I'm putting the 12? Like that. 12, 16, 12. 12, 16, 12. Yeah, all the way around the top and the bottom part there. I know. It's hard to explain sometimes what you're doing. But, you guys, I didn't get to finish this because I dropped it and broke it. And I was like, oh, no. Anyway, so I had to do. So I got those for 99¢. Those appliques from Hobby Lobby. And those other ones, I got those from Temu forever ago. And I put them on the corners all over around it. And those from the Hobby Lobby, I mailed them to the top center of, and I have 2 of them. So I was lucky. I put one on each side. And then in my kitchen, I have frosted glass that are my canisters and stuff with copper lids. And I have some, I put my pasta and macaroni and stuff in. But anyway, and then I'm going to take Waverly Antique Wax. And I am going to Mr. Miyagi this. But first, because I want it to be darker than, you know, like if you use a wet wipe, or if you wipe it off immediately. If you leave it set just a bit and start wiping it off where you started putting it on and going in reverse that way, I just, it lets it set there a little bit longer and get a little bit darker. Because I think when you put it on that bamboo color just comes through like, la, here I am. Anyway, and I just didn't want that. So, because I wanted this. But make sure you put it on your sides too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, after I do that,
I dropped it and broke it.
So what I decided to do, I changed the design, and I haven't put the antique wax on it yet, but I put these square dowel rods, I cut 8 instead of 4. I put 2 here and then the 2 on the ends, of course, and then the same thing to the other side, but I still have to like I said, stain them. And I got my labels cut, but I did get my lid spray painted, but I got my labels cut. I didn't have time to put them on, and I didn't have time to fill them, but this is my spice rack. Yeah, okay. Well, since you already saw it all right there, I probably don't really need to show you it much here. But, you know, I had more, but this video is so long I didn't get to add it because that one DIY, but it might be a lot shorter than I think because I kept falling asleep when I was trying to edit it, and it's a hot mess, but it's well worth it, you guys. I love this. I think it's beautiful, vintage, and I'm so excited about it. I hope y'all like it too. Anyway, yeah. Okay, on this one, you guys, I started this last week but didn't get it finished, but I got one of those styrofoam wreath forms from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do lark's head knots on the bottom of it with raffia. So what you do, and I'm going to tighten it up real good, but take you some raffia, fold it in half. Well, here I'm going to cut it at a zigzag because I totally went sideways on this, but fold it in half, lay it on top of your wreath form, take and pull your 2 tails through that loop and pull it tight, and that way too your knots will all be the same place, you know what I mean? And I'm going to take this burlap tablecloth that burlapfabric.com sent me like 4 years ago, and I'm still working on it. And I'm going to tear me a piece off, and I'm just going to fold it over top of this right here. And I don't know if that raffia on the bottom was necessary now because I went a totally different direction. You could put something in its place, but yeah. So I'm going to start hot gluing this burlap tablecloth to my wreath form and just going all the way around it like cutting slits so I can fold it up and it's easier and it conforms better to the wreath form if you do that and you don't have big like pointy sharp areas of fabric sticking out. But anyway, and then I'm going to fold it over like a feed sack, like a flour sack. That's the way we put it in there, didn't we? And I'm just going to pull it tight, but not as to make it crooked because I could pull it all to one side. And I want to start hot gluing it up the side there. And I do that to both sides, obviously. And then here, I'm just going to tuck and fold that over. And I want that to hang loose down there by his neck. But I did make like a pleat on each side. Yeah, see? And then I go underneath that fabric right there and make little pleats across it. Man, the glue shows up through this fabric awful. And that tan fabric I have that oh, you'll see in a minute. You'll all see. Anyway, so this went kind of crazy here, y'all. And I hope you could keep up. So just try. So I got a piece of cardstock here. And it's funny because I didn't even end up using that piece of cardstock. I don't think. Did I? I don't think so. And I drew up this pattern here. Yeah, this just wasn't working for me. It looked like that Captain, what's that fish? Morton's, you get at the grocery store. Anyway, so I digress. So I folded it like that, and I started cutting it out, to make it match. And I'm like, yeah, not liking this at all. So then I still kept cutting it out. I don't know why I'm showing it to you. Okay, so I'm going to take this tan fabric, khaki fabric, whatever, and I'm going to cut it like this. But here's where, it gets real crazy, you guys, because then I'm like, what am I doing? And then I cut it across to there, and I'm like, that's not a pointy hat. Nope, you failed that epically. So then I'm like, well, what to do? And I was like, well, we'll just, do this. And that piece that I cut off there, I use it. You'll see, it's crazy. But, I measured this out, and it ends up being, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what that was. 11 and a half. Like 9 1/4 by 11 and a half, something like that. You know what I mean? You could do it 9 by 11 if, anyone recreates this, but, I don't think anybody will. It's a lot. It's massive. Anyway, and then I'm going to flip it inside out. Is that right? Outside in? The inside. the inside on the outside. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to take and put its hat. It looks like a dunce hat on it. And, excuse me, there's that piece of extra I cut off. And I'm pretty sure I used that, y'all. Oh, well, kind of. I know now. So then I cut this pattern out. I have no clue what I'm doing. Honest to goodness, none. I'm like, I could make that work to my advantage. And then I'm like, but then I don't like that heart shape there in the top of it. How it's doing that warp thing there. I don't know why I kept showing that to you. But so I take that and I use it. I kept falling asleep when I was editing. And I use that as a pattern. Oh, yeah, this is completely different piece of cardstock. Yeah, sorry. But I traced that piece of fabric. Whatever, I know. And then I cut it. This is like a giant capsule. So if you do recreate it, this thing of or like a big old bean. You know what I mean? Because it does go at a side. I don't know. And I measure it, and I think it is, it's right at 12 inches, I think. And, so, yeah. And that is, I have no clue, I cannot see. 3 inches, is that about right? I don't know. And then I'm going to fold this piece up here, okay? You guys won't believe this. I voiced over the rest of this video, and I went back, and I didn't hit start. I only had like half of it done. But anyway, I'm going to take my kidney bean here, and I'm going to fold some more of that khaki fabric, and I'm going to, I used it as a template, and then I just, cut that out. And I made the fabric a little bit bigger than my kidney bean or my capsule, whatever you want to call it. And I take Beacon Fabric Tack Glue, and I'm going to go ahead and start gluing my capsule inside of my kidney bean. And it don't flatten out great, but that's fine for what I want it for. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, and y'all will see, but this is just like the cutest thing ever. And then I'm going to start cutting little slits in it to, again, to be able to glue it up, to the inside of that, That's what I'm doing. Okay, after we get it all glued together, I'm just going to bend it and scrunch it all up. I wanted it to look kind of wavy, but where I had folded it, it kind of it wasn't working for me like that. So, back to our dunce hat here. We're going to slip that down over his head. And we're going to take the little pieces of fabric we had laying around and stick them up in there. And I put a little tiny bit of polyfill in there, not much. I wanted it to be like very like, like, not flimsy per se, but just bendy. That's not the good word either. It don't matter. And then, put your polyfill up in there. Make sure you pull it apart so it ain't one big clumpy. It's light and fluffy. Anyway, so apparently I'm just going to scrunch that around for y'all to see. And I did decide to fold that down and hem that in the front there. I just tacked it up with some hot glue. And you all saw, I think, that I took a little bit of that polyfill out. Because that was way too much, I think. And after we do that, I'm going to get some hot glue off my fingers. And then apparently I just placed it back on his head. And then I'm going to cut off like a lot of that excess from that thing. Because I think for the most part, most of it's glued down already. No, it's not. Anyway, that's where I started hot gluing it down. Because I'm like, I'm tired of doing this. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm so lost. I'm so sleepy. I keep falling asleep. But now I glue it the rest of the way down. Get with the program, Kathy. Come on. Psst, just get yourself together. You're embarrassing yourself. Anyway, then now I cut the excess off of it. Okay. And then I'm going to fold that piece right there. Yep, fold it across through there. Because I thought it'd be easier to glue that right to his forehead like this. Yes, I did. Right like that. And then, but I'm going to go to the back. Did I already glue it and not show you? That's okay. Y'all know how to glue. But I just hot glued it. And I'm just going to cut a little piece of that off and tuck that up in there and glue that to the back of his head. Okay, now here's where it starts getting fun. So, I'm going to draw a face, but I'm going to draw an easy face that I'm telling you any of y'all can do. And you can't really mess it up, honestly. You don't know until you try, but I did glue his hat on right there and didn't show you, but it's just that flat part across his forehead. But I'm just taking a pencil and I'm just scribbling round shapes, round. You could take anything, a paint bottle, large paint bottle, a saucer if you want to, but something round. And you can't even barely tell any of these pencil marks that I. But Miss Trina Thorne sent me these fabric markers, and I'm gonna take a black one. You could use a Sharpie or anything, and I'm gonna trace out everything that. Well, actually, I don't even trace it out. I got a rough estimate of what I wanted and where I wanted to put it, and then I just, drew it myself. So I made two big old circles, and then like an upside down carrot, or like a piece of candy corn, and then squiggly marks. That's it, y'all. Practice on a sheet of paper doing it, and then do it. You can do it. I promise you can. And I painted that nose in carrot by Orange by Waverly, and I'm going to take black here and go around the nose, and because I want these things to pop, and I always make sure that I end it in black. Plus, I kind of slop the main colors on there, and then I can cover it up with that black anyway. And the eyeballs I painted white, and you can use paint pens or whatever you want, but I like using paint. And I'm also going to take that black, and it's black acrylic paint. It's easier to paint with when you're doing stuff like that, but I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I don't know. So, there you see I messed up, and I'm taking a wet wipe and wiping out black off that white part. Oh, his mouth, I put little X's on it, too. I've lost some footage. I probably wasn't filming because I'm goofy. And there, because that one eye was bigger than the other one, I'm making that one bigger to match it. So, I'm putting more black on the out. Yeah, I know y'all like, what are you doing? You'll see. But I do put little stitch lines on his nose. I don't think I show it. And then yeah, there I am doing it. And then a little black line down on the inside of his nose for some shadowing. Yeah. And there we go. Is that what I'm doing? Nope. I did some eyelashes. And you guys, I'll go back and forth with black and white until I get it looking how I want it. But you see, I put a little white line beside that black line on the inside of his nose. But where that one eye, I made it bigger with that black marker. I just painted over it with white there. And covered it up. And now my eyes kind of match more. That's what you can just cover whatever you mess up with paint again. That's what I do. I'm oh man, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I've got to cover it up. Now here I am going to take a paint pen, and I'm going to draw out this is going to be his irises and pupils, but I'm going to draw an egg shape, and you can do it with a pencil and then go over. I do better with a marker than painting this on because I like to get in a hurry. But see, it's like an egg shape with a flat bottom. See? Well, the one is, I don't know, they're different. Everything's not exactly the same. My eyes are different. The one crosses when I don't wear my glasses. See, my other one don't do that. Anyway, I'm going to start coloring in whereabouts I want his pupil to be. So, about right there. And I'm nope, I'm lying. Let's go bigger. And just color it in until I get it how I want it. And then I try to make the other one match. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes it does, So be it. Yep, I'm sure my eyes and face is crooked. And then, oh no, I'm still doing that. And then I go over, I made him some eyebrows. I don't even know if I had those on there before, but, just made some lines. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to take a brown paint pen and make him some little freckles. I know. Ain't he cute? I know. And then I'm going to take a blue paint pen and see where I've done so much of his eye, the pupil, the black. Well, I just take my blue paint pen and I just start going up higher, see, on the black, and painting that in to make him have more iris. Yeah, that's it. See, I didn't like it, so I covered it up. I used the blue to do something different. And then I'm going to take the end of a stencil brush and make two big old white dots in his eye. And I'm going to take the end of a small paintbrush and make two little white dots in his eyes. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to take that same paintbrush and put a little white line down in his eye. Now y'all can totally do this. That's Easy. And I think I went fairly snow. I can't talk. I give up, you guys. I need to go to bed. Anyway, how you guys doing? Good, I hope. Yeah, I wish that, I mean, I had more. I just couldn't. This video was so long for only 3 DIYs. I'm like, no. Oh, right there, I didn't like that, so I just took a wet wipe and look, wiped that paint right off there and then redid it. But I dried it first with my heat gun, but yeah. Okay, and then we're going to take some more raffia, and we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to take a little 90. See, I'm losing my mind. Another piece of raffia, and I'm just going to wrap it around. Then I'm going to double knot it a couple times. And then, well, maybe. I'll get there today sometime. And then after we do that, I'm going to take and hot glue it to his head. See, I kept falling asleep. There's all kinds of junk left in his video. I'm like, dude, I've never stopped the video more. But just do the same thing. Get some more raffia. Fold it in half. Grab another piece of raffia. Wrap. And double knot it, triple knot it, whatever. Quadruple knot it. And then I'm going to glue that to his head also. For his hair. Maybe sometime today. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Finally. But, I do like 4 pieces on each side, I think.
Wow.
I think the other side I use a lot bigger piece, but right here, when I cut this off to, glue it to his head, what I end up doing is those straight pieces right there, I start making him some bangs. And it don't have to be perfect, just cut some, and it don't have to be like the same length or anything like that. Just start hot gluing it down there, and just go to town and have some fun. I wish, you'll see here in a minute, I have some that's really long on there. I wish I would have kept it longer, because I think that'd been cute like that. That's a Justin Bieber Scarecrow, but, or Kurt Cobain. I do think it kind of looks like Kurt Cobain, you know, the lead singer of Nirvana. Some of y'all are like, what is it? Yeah, anyway, yeah, I know, right? But I'm also telling my age there. But anyway, yeah, do that. And right here, I have this old tea towel, oh my goodness, from some of my primitive stuff from forever ago. But I'm just going to cut a slit in it right here. And see, I kind of go off script here too, because I just said, oh, I got an idea. But I'm going to wrap that piece around his hat right there. Going to cover up that section. And I'm just going to lay it right there for a minute, because I'm going to take a thinner piece that I pulled off, and I'm going to put it right there, covering up where all that raffia is, like, messed up cut. And you're not going to really be able to see it because of his hat, but still, you know, in case some little kids can look up in there and see it, you know. I don't want them to be like, oh, no, what's wrong with his hair? You know, scare him or something. You know, he's a scarecrow, you know. So, I don't want him to be a scare kids, you know. Anyway, so, yeah, and then I just tack all that fabric down back there. And then I'm going to, oh, come on, cut off another piece. And I was actually going to make him a bow or a bow tie. And I laid this around there because of the wide piece I cut off. I'm like, oh, no, this looks like a flannel shirt. And this will be too cute. So, of course, I go with the flannel shirt, which wastes all that raffia that I had there. But it actually kind of holds it up and holds it in place and don't let it collapse. So he can wear his flannel shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, am I smart and just don't realize it? Or what? No. Anyway, but I just wrap that and fold his little collar down. And then I tack the shirt closed right there for a second. And then, oh no, I take this cute leaf ribbon from Michael's last year, I think. And I tie him a tie. Flip it around and put it right down. Yep. And I pull it all up and nice and neat. And I cut it off. And I cut the ends like, you know, if you if you do a dovetail, but you cut the wrong direction. I did it like that so it'd have that tie shape, but I didn't film it. So, right here, I got 2 of those trellises from the Dollar Tree. You guys, I think I've had those about 4 years. I need to craft this stash. And, I'm going to just bend those off. Okay, it just broke off so easy. And I'm going to wire tie them together, kind of like, well, I was originally going to do it that way, but I ended up going this way, and I don't know why. Maybe I could have went that. This thing is almost as wide as my door. It's massive. And then I just start wire tying it together like a lot of places, like a crazy woman. I always probably use too much, but I never want them to fall apart. I mean, you could do it as much or as little as you want, whatever makes you feel happy or secure with it. But yeah, I do a lot. And I'm going to take these leaf picks from the Dollar Tree, and I just spread them out like as far as I can get them. Well, not really, because I got them further. I only had 2 of those ones, and I attached the stems together just like that. And with wire ties, and I attached them to that. I keep calling it a wreath form, but basically it's what it is, It's what I'm using it for. And after I get those wire tied on there, I took those leaves there from the Dollar Tree, and I did the same thing, and I just wire tied that on there. And then I got this, I don't know what this, some kind of pick. It kind of looks like eucalyptus, but it doesn't look like their normal silver dollar kind of thing. But Jessie wanted to say hi. She has not said hi in a long time, you guys. And she's like, you guys, hey. She was really like crying. She really wanted me just to come sit down and give her love. I'd been gone the day prior, and yeah. But that pick, you know what I mean? And it kind of looks like, I don't know, but I put that one on there. I've had that one for a couple years. And then I started to, but, I laid my little dude down there because I was like, we need to see where you're going to fit here. But I gave him a little piece of straw and a little sunflower on his hat there. And I also forgot that I had to give him a patch, so I put him a little patch on his head. And then after I did that, I was like, oh, you know what he needs for his shirt. He needs a pocket. So I took some more of that fabric and pinking shears. And I cut him out a little pocket for his shirt. And then, like, I used the hem on the shirt to use it as the top of the pocket. And took pinking shears and cut the rest of it out. But then I stuck a little piece of wheat down in his front pocket. I was going to try to see if I could put a piece in his mouth, but I didn't. Anyway, and then what next? I don't know. Okay, I got that sign at Dollar General last year after summer. It was $5, which isn't bad anyway. And I got it for like 75 cents. Anyway, I'm going to attach it with wire ties to where my loops are there at the top. And then it had 2 other little hooks on the side. And I'm just going to put one in each of those also. And then we're going to flip him over and we're going to put little dude on there and see where he's going to lay and what he's going to look like. But I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, so I decided to take fabric and make loops on the back of him and wire tie that. That didn't work. I mean, it may have, but it's a chance I didn't want to take. So I just started cutting off fabric and hot gluing it over the wires, you see, just like that. So I was like, yeah, I think he'll stay on better this way. And then, of course, I go whole hog, and I decide to take a big piece of fabric and hot glue it to the back of him. And, yeah, that's what I did there. And then we flip him back over, and I give him a few more leaves and some sunflowers and some bittersweets and just some cuteness all up in there and just whatever makes you happy, y'all. And I took those 2 little acorn picks from the Dollar Tree, and I put them above his little head there behind his hat. And, what else? I don't know, added more leaves, and here he is. Oh my gosh. I love this thing, you guys, and it is really easy. It's just a wreath. He's massive, and there are a lot of steps, but I enjoy doing stuff like this. That, to me, scrapping it relaxes me. But I hope you all like him as much as I do. Oh, I did fold his shirt back and, like, so I've like didn't sew it together. I glued it together, then tucked it back. And I don't really have a final reveal because everything is spread throughout my house. But here's everything I made. Yeah, that's pretty, and I might leave that on that hall tray. I hope y'all like that wreath, and I hope y'all like my spice jar too. I thought it was quite, yeah, interesting. Kind of looks like a saloon in the old days, don't it? But I love it, and I love you all too, and I thank you all for everything, and I appreciate each and every one of you all, and I thank you for being so patient to watch me every week, and you guys have a blessed week. I love you. Bye.